right, what's up, everybody? Tuesday. So we do have a three-way to invite me, bro. Now it's getting fun. All right, so every Tuesday we do requests. All right, so I've got a couple already, and I'm gonna start with the ones first. What was Oh gosh, the man already just asked me which one to chlor. That was it, chlor. So I'm gonna start with chlor. Everything's kind of doing what I thought it would do first. I said start with that, but let me start with Bitcoin first. We're still kind of ranging in between 236 and 382 here, as I thought we may do. This is exactly the same thing that happened back in 2016, literally almost to the percent the same. So far, it's pretty much the same. On 2016, if you look to the left here, after this big down, we had a little bit of sideways and bounce around, nothing too much to worry about price action. Kind of the same thing we got now. Similar level around the 618 retrace level. It's the same as it was back in 2016, down to the percent. Kind of bouncing around, bopping its head on the 382 level here. And just as you see it, let me take the camera off right behind me, kind of bouncing its head on the 382 level here. I'll scan over a little here so you can see it. There you go. There's 382. And as you see, just still bumping its head on the 382 level, thinking about it, but hasn't quite broken yet. Again, I think the worst is over. Everything we're getting now, in my opinion, seems frivolous, small, quick, but not, oh my God, absolute pure punishment. The fear greed index has come down a good bit. We've got idiots back in GameStop and AMC thinking they're going to be rich again, not understanding that they're more prepared this time. They'll continue to halt trading over and over and over and over and over again till infinity. You will not have the same style moves that you had last time. They're gonna be different this time by the rules, and they simply won't allow everyone to win like happened last time. They ain't gonna even allow those options to show up on the screen for you to click on. They don't have enough liquidity on the entire everything to cover all that. They learned that last time, and you can bet they'll stop that from happening a lot. Anyway, let's get down to a couple of these first. Chlor was brought up by Artie. This one's down from 45 cents all the way down to currently 16 cents, which is a good solid 60+% rebate. Problem is right now, it's just kind of fading. The 200 moving average looks like it wants to run back down to the 382 at around 0.128. But it doesn't mean it's actually going to get down that far, because if we go on a little shorter time frame here, we see that we're already at a golden pocket retrace, and it looks more like 0.015 as a logical level here, right back to the previous support where it's been before. So while it looks bad now, it may hang up and find a nice level here to reverse around on. Several look this way, including Bitcoin, playing around with the 100 moving average, Ethereum aiming for the 200 moving average. And for the record, if any of you guys aren't aware, we have an entire section in our Discord dedicated to the top 25 charts. You click on the section in the threads inside the section. There's a thread for each individual coin, one by one by one by one, for all the top 25, not stable coins, not replications of Ethereum, but just regular coins 1 through 25. I think there's like 19 of them or 20. Philip asks, does using the two screen layout help look at similar looking cryptos for the different moving average positions after your 50 strat? Yeah, it can. Just be careful with fractals. Just because it's done it on the left side doesn't mean it'll do it on the right side. It's more so percentages than anything. Don't let it sucker you in trying to compare fractals from one coin to the next. That's a little bit of hopium, and I've seen a lot of people get burned that way. So be careful. I wouldn't venture too far down that rabbit hole. It gets to a point where you go, oh, maybe I shouldn't have done this. And then you get pot committed, which means you're all in and you don't want to stop. You don't want to give up on that feeling or that thought. And it only leads to worse and worse decisions. And I don't want to see that happen for anybody. XRP. And we shall. XRP. So, excuse me. I haven't said anything, but I've got this crazy interview that I did at 12. And we didn't get to talk about everything because we got sidetracked. So I'm going to be talking to him again tonight. Hopefully, if not tonight, tomorrow night. and I got podcast interviews I'm doing. So if any of you guys know anybody in crypto who would like to talk on podcast with me on video and kind of have a Genesis story and talk about everything, let me know, dude. Get in touch with me, send me the info, and I'll get it up. It ain't even got to be necessarily about crypto, just in general. It's just the Untitled Podcast. That's literally the name of it, Untitled the Podcast. So I would prefer crypto Genesis stories because that tends to lead us down a path of talking about a ton of different things, but it really doesn't matter. Anyway, XRP under the 821 EMA, that's an X. Under the 50, the 100, and the 200 moving average, that's an X. How about the Ichimoku cloud? You're under the baseline and conversion line. They have not crossed over positive. They all crossed over positively, so you got a check mark there, but you're under the lines. That's not great, but it is a check mark. Green cloud, no, you got a red cloud, that's an X. Lag line over the candles, no, that's an X. Price over the cloud, no, that's an X. Bollinger Bands, continue to squeeze at the bottom. All right, now we'll say this, we have a bit of a bottom holding pattern here showing support. It doesn't want to fail this level through here, and I've got it in the yellow box here as a absolutely bottom dollar price here, but really anything from here to 50 cents down to 45 cents, all this is support. And it doesn't appear to want to fail these levels. It's holding up pretty darn well. I'm starting to see people's feelings shift, which tends to tell me that things will go differently than they think. When you see people being the most bullish, that tends to be the times when things get bearish. When you start to see people eating themselves in communities because it's very bearish, well, that's the time things start to reverse. Starting to happen with XRP. A lot of XRP communities are kind of starting to fall apart here. At the seams, the people are getting very angry with each other. It's only because people haven't made any money. It's the number one problem with a lot of crypto communities is when they don't make any money, they splinter and they fail. That's why we were created. We started as a bigger group with one guy who determined that he wanted to be the king and didn't want to hear what anyone else had to say. Nobody in that group made money. And because nobody in that group made money, it splintered into several different groups. All right. We're one of them. That's a little bit of a Genesis story for you folks. Charting Guy says 25 by July. Exactly, dude. I still got $3,000 on it. More than willing to be a man and own up if I lose and give him the $3,000. $3,000 is a small drop in the bucket to get to the bigger point to me and prove the hopium wrong. You're not going to 8x in a month and a half. That's not how crypto works, especially not for a top 10 coin. You have way too many short sellers for that, and people don't understand the math, and people don't understand that because they don't want to hear about that. They only want to hear what they think. Same with that eGrag crypto guy who does the fancy words tied into his fractals. Tomorrow Valhalla, and then stairway to Valhalla with stars in front of us, and it's always a hopium chart with this crazy number attached to it, but it gets everyone excited. And then at the end, he says, oh, by the way, and my disclaimer says I don't actually think this is going to happen at all, blah, 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 blah. It's on the bottom. That pisses me off every single time. Nothing you can do about it, though. So all I can do is say, hey, man, this is wrong and you shouldn't do it. People aren't really going to listen to me, though. Anyway, we're approaching the buy zone. Now, why do I mean buy zone? This buy zone has happened 2 previous cycles, 2016, 2020, and now it's the same level all 3 times. I'll scroll out here so you can see it. Date-wise, shortly after halving. Here you go again. Date-wise, shortly after halving, 2020, you had the buy zone appear. It rode through the buy zone sideways and did absolutely nothing. But that was a good opportunity to accumulate, which is why I have buy zone written. All right, same thing down here in 2020 and 2016. Sorry, same situation after halving. She rode dead sideways, waited and waited and waited and waited. Then you had a breakout inside that buy zone box, which is from here to 70-ish or a month and a half past halving. That tends to be the last opportunity for you to get in low. Now, you did get another opportunity here in 2016 later, but you can't expect it to be that perfect. All right. So rather than trying to be perfect, let's just get close. And getting close gets us so much better than everyone else that it's not even funny. Again, these communities will not thrive unless they make money. So they'll automatically eat themselves. I used to get into it with Rob XRP1 a lot. His community didn't make much money. It was a lot of hopium, a lot of talk about these humongous big numbers, and we are at the blue arrow, and this candle will do this, and this candle, and it never happened. Never materialized like you thought it would. specifically for the reasons we told him it wouldn't work. But he didn't want to hear that because he made him a big following and he got a ton of money on Patreon. And that was it. You know, he didn't have anyone working for him. He didn't have anything in the background. It was just the king talking, which is exactly what he came from and didn't like, and then did himself. You start to learn the grift. You start to learn the grift of how these people do these things. It's not cool. All this crazy money. So then I got offered. I'm not going to go any farther than that. I won't go any farther than that. There's been some wild stuff happening the last couple of days. So a lot of money's getting thrown around because people know the bull market's coming. How about that? I don't want to say too much. It's just a lot of money getting thrown around. A lot of stuff comes along with that. I'm not cool with all that. So karma's a son of a bitch, you guys. Be careful with karma. It will come back to get you. You know, screwing people over now will come back. Easy money goes away just as fast as it comes, okay? I'm just warning y'all. Be cute and pay the fees. Pay the wrath. That's what's going to happen. Ori chain. I've been in Ori for quite a while. Over here is my... Where is it? I've got Ori up here because I bought it and sold it already. Oh, if I could only find it. It's cool, Keith. Just keep looking. Everybody's waiting. There you go. There you go. So I got it over the 50 fib here. I just used Gate.io's chart because I knew I wasn't going to look at it a lot and I wouldn't erase it. You're hanging out over the 50 fib, which is great. Furthermore, it appears as though we've got short-term breakouts of this short-term trend line here, which I very much like. On the opposite side of that, you're under the 100 and the 50 moving averages. So even though we've got some up here, it looks like we're getting stuck in the mud. And that's not a bad thing. It's just going to take a little while. Like I said, I don't really think May or even the beginning of June here is the go time. This is all just accumulation phase. We have to have this indecision and accumulation time. It's part of the cycle. It's part of the way investors work. It's part of the way systems are set up. You can't have it without it. All right. Because there's going to be times during this bull market where we have these big days of up and then we get, oh, I spit on the microphone. All these big days of up followed by sideways. And that's going to hurt feelings. And oh no, I'm not making the money that I was 2 weeks ago. You get impatient. That impatience leads to bad decisions. This is why y'all saw me not make a crap ton of trades and freaking out, right? Because there's no reason to. Learned my lessons last time. Don't want to do it again. All right. Everything that I'm saying and doing is from experience and failing miserably and then trying to do better. All right. So I'm not trying to just make stuff up. It's not how it works. Again, Ori's kind of sideways here. I'm okay with any up, obviously. I'm already in here. And for what it's worth, I think this thing probably doesn't go too much farther than the 200 moving average worst case scenario, which is right around $9. So good. Someone asked for some other stuff up here. Hang on a second. Sui. Gotcha, Dave. There we go. I was told this one was going to $6 or something like that. It stopped at $2. So they were about 300% short. It's close. Anyway, I really don't like BS, man. I just don't have time for BS. Sui's failed the 200 and kind of rolled over and played dead here. However, I want to warn you, some of this stuff is just kind of like a sucker play. Fibs are going to start running out here soon. Fibs run out in June. You're already at the 50 fib here. You're already at support here. Again, this is accumulation time, not runaway and hide time. And for what it's worth, from here down to 60 cents is all accumulation for Sui. You're already oversold. Look at that. Oh my goodness. This makes me want to buy it. Oversold. Do you see that? Sui is oversold. For that reason alone, it makes me want to buy it. Now, the little scary here that I've seen it get really oversold in the past. Just average oversold right now. Weekly is still not oversold, but it is on the 50 fib. And I like that. Let me put it in linear and see what we get in linear mode. This is weekly. Ooh, it's almost at 786. Shit. So from here to 75 cents is all accumulation from here to 75. Bite now or wait? Gosh. I hate to blow a good opportunity. Look at that. Damn, it makes me want to buy it. Let me write that down, dude. Let me write that down. Hang on. So you guys don't understand it. Thank you for this, Dave. This is an excellent example of when you're not seeing everything and you're not looking at everything, you miss some. Dave brought this up. Now that I'm seeing SUI oversold, I'm seriously considering buying it. Okay. So I'm going to write that down for myself to go back and look at this whenever I get off this stream and I go use the bathroom. I'm going to seriously consider buying this because this is exactly the kind of stuff I'm looking for. On support, oversold, under the 200, getting crushed right before a bull market, right? Chase the wick, the whole nine. That's the kind of stuff I want to find. These are the moments when you get discounts and you take advantage of discounts. You don't run and hide, right? I have a little bit of extra money. These are what I'm looking for. This is good. This is good. All right. So he also asked for DOT. Now DOT doesn't look as good. I believe. Kind of looks like SUI, only not oversold. Some of these higher caps are holding up a little better than the mid or lower caps. It's got a death cross coming. I kind of think it's going to hang out here for a little bit for the next few days. Again, I hate to run and hide on this. I hate to run and hide. You see my buy lines were way down here, dude. So I'm like such a good price on this. I need to just not do anything. Weekly wise, it's got the 50 and the 100 moving averages under the price. Again, this is an accumulation opportunity. Anything from here to $6.20 is accumulation. It's not run and hide. If this thing wick chases, if it runs after these wicks right here, that is an opportunity to get in, not run away. You want to take advantage of buying the absolute bottoms when you know that things are going bullish. If this was the top, if this was the end of 2025, and we were looking at these, we would not be going, oh my gosh, I can't wait to buy that. Wrong. That's the wrong time to do that. That's buying into the top of a bull market when things are failing. We're on the other side of that. We're on the other side of things where we're going, hey man, I need to find the best spot I can to get on a bunch of stuff. These are the opportunities that present themselves. Take advantage of them when you can. I like this DOT chart too. I'm already in it, so I'm not going to buy anymore, but I do think it's probably going to 6. It may go down a touch more to around 625 max, 625. Then we'll see if she's got her feet underneath her. Fair enough. You're waiting on SUI. I'm down on SUI. I get it. That's why I say if, this is an opportunity to accumulate. A Wick Riders mount up. You're welcome, Dave. A couple others. Here's Tailcoin. Keep an eye on this one. She's over the 50 and the 821, but under the 50 fib. See this? It's under the 50 fib. However, overall, the moving averages. I like half of it and don't like the other half. So I'm a little indifferent on it. I'm already in it. Here's the Ichimoku cloud. You're directly under it. So I get wait till the end of the month vibes. I kind of get wait to the end of the month vibes on SUI as well. However, for a few percent down, it's not worth the worry for me. I'd rather get in and be close than worry about 1 or 2% being perfect, right? That's the other side of this. You don't have to be extremely accurately perfect. You just get close. Close is good enough for most of what we're needing to do. In months, you're going to look back at this and go, hey, man, I was close enough. Why was I being so picky, right? I've done that. I've failed that way before. I want to see you do the same. VET, damn it, wrong tool. VET, almost oversold. Look, just about. That's why I think end of the month on some of these will be a better op. Casper, holy shit, dude. I'm so sick of this, dude. I can't wait to be out of this. Just get me up there to my average price and I'm outie 5K. I hardly have any left in it. I just want to sell the rest so I can move this to the bottom of my trading view where all the ones that I've sold and don't want to look at anymore go. I just need it to give me an out, and it won't do it. It won't do it. It's literally the worst crypto in crypto. Come on. Boy, did Kevin Cage really dick everyone over on this one. Ugh. One, like, I was reading a thing someone posted on Twitter to track the wallets for Casper buyers and Casper holders. Less than 2% of people are in profit. Holy shit. Less than 2% of people are in profit. That's madness, bro. Madness. Whatever, dude. CRV is yet another one that I can't wait to get out of that is absolutely dragging ass. Just give me near my average. I don't have much of this left either. I already sold 2,000 of it, and I think I had... how much did I have in this? I don't know. I think I probably got $500, $600, $700 left in it. I want to get it out. I want to get it out and share it to someone else. Share it to something else. I don't want to. Man, it's been really bad, dude. And yeah, we could say it's sitting on support. I get it, but it's so much. It's been such an underperformer that I don't think it's going to have a good bull market. I'd rather buy something else. Optimism is one of those that I would rather buy above the trend line. Downtrend at the moment, but accumulation zone. It's kind of like we just saw with DOT, where it's kind of hovering around underneath the moving averages. Just thinking about it, I think the worst of the down is likely over. It did go over, sold over here in April, and has kind of been just accumulating since then. Thinking about it, consolidating over toward the right. Possibly Optimism has a good future. I went ahead and bought some because of that and started to average my price in a little bit here on it. I plan on leaving it alone. Yeah, let's look at Matic. Yeah, Matic's the same situation. Big underperformer so far. Not far from my average buy-in price for what it's worth. So yeah, here we go. It's still over trend though. Do you see that? I pulled these fibs all the way to the end of the 2025. So just to have them up there. But if you see, you have an uptrend here, and it's just kind of tapped the line so far. If I pull up the weekly moving averages, she's under all of them like XRP. This makes me think we only get up here to our box, and that's it. All right. When the time comes, I'm out on Matic. I think perhaps this is going to underperform, and I'm not really happy about it. So when it gets up here, I'll probably be out. I know I could keep this until it comes all the way up here, but I doubt it gets up that high. I bet you there'll be a better opportunity come along at the end of the year, and I'll probably be out on Matic. At the end of the year, I'm going to change my strategy a little bit. I'm going to get rid of some of these that underperformed and try to consolidate some around into better. There'll be new stuff then. I have to come up with a better plan. I've already planned ahead for that. So when the new year comes around, I'm going to shift my focus into other things and try to adapt as we go. Bull markets get wild, and you got to adapt. Here's AMP. Been getting hammered recently. Pretty steady downtrend. Not quite oversold just yet. It's actually floating around the mid lines or the action lines in the RSI here near 40. If you look at weekly, she's sitting right near the 382 fib after going super overbought. You see where I took profits there, and I went ahead and rebought for a pretty darn good discount. I think I got like 40% off. 43%. Not bad. So I'm tickled with the fact that I got 43% more for free. I sold it and then rebought it. That's what I'm going to try to do with a lot of these. And this will later on help me out with accumulating more. Back to the 50 fib or even up to the golden pocket by the end of the year would be exceptional here for AMP. That would be 0.01 or somewhere around 0.025. For the end of the bull run, if we pull this out here to July, October, November, December, something like that maybe, October. Still kind of the same levels of fibs. Just shows you that we may get to the 50 fib or the 618 by the end of the year, retrace. And there's a possibility that we run up to Sniper's Alley at the end of the year. You see we got a lot of resistance over here, which is right near where Sniper's Alley is. So that area maybe later on plays hardball. That's a 5x plus from here, maybe a 6 or 7x. Let's look at that number and see. Yeah, it's like a 6X to Sniper's Alley. Not incredible, but pretty good. Ave. Well, Ave's one I cut loose, I think. I do my best charting on the toilet, and I got to go to that after this. Between cutting promos, interviewing people, charting, and running around buying groceries during thunderstorms, it's been a day. So Ave failed the 236 here on a high time frame. See that right there, $85. She's cut loose under that now. I'm kind of glad I got out of this one. I think I sold most of it. I don't remember. I have to go back and look. I might still have it. I don't remember. Sold them all. No, I sold Ave. I sold Ave. Okay, yeah, I sold it. I sold it right here, 5.2. Okay, good. So, anyway, yeah, I've been sold this. So this the same holding pattern that we've seen others where it's at near the low here. But I don't like the fact that it's under that 236 fib. That's a little worrisome to me. And I think it may underperform moving forward, right? I think it may have a weaker bull market because I can't deny that some of these are on support. Like, look, dude, that's on support. Can't doubt it. Problem, how much farther does it go now that it's sucked hind tit for so long? Is it even worth being in it, even though it's a decent looking chart? Is it got the gains later on to make it worth holding on to? That's where I kind of lull a little bit and say, I don't think it's going to do as well as I want it to. So I may end up finding more of these later that I want to back out on and go into something else instead. Tons of gains in newer stuff with lower caps, but I'd like to see better market cap on the low caps as well. $3-4 million is a little spooky to me. It's a bit more like it to my liking when we have 70, 80, 100 million. That way I can get out when I need to. It's less scary. ICP. I like mid caps and low caps, but I don't want to be so risky. I have to be less risky because all you guys are watching and seeing everything I'm doing, and I don't want to be a bad example or be a degenerate because then you guys will want to be bad. It's a bad influence, and I don't want to be one of those people. I don't want to be the bad influencer. I want to be different than that. I said that a lot. I don't want to be what everyone else is. I don't want to be the guy who does terrible things and then later on says, well, you shouldn't have listened. No, that's a fucking terrible thing to say. Why would you do that? How about just be a good person and do it the right way? And if you make a little less, that's okay, but at least you made it the right way and karma doesn't kick you in the dick on the way back out the door, right? ICP still hanging on the trend here. Double doji at the bottom. I like that. Flat RSI. Much ado about nothing. I like that. No reason for any indicators. Sitting on support. I like that. Kind of just chilling on ICP, waiting to see. Again, end of the month makes more sense. BICO. 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 Oh, for everybody who's aware, Umoja has a public sale on the 16th. If you want to get in, you can buy Umoja at 6 cents on the 16th. $1.5 million, and that's it. Once $1.5 million comes in, it's done. Is BICO a stock or a crypto? I think you mean the crypto. Coinbase chart. Gotcha. All right, this one's a little worse off. I don't like that big, gnarly pullback there. At the same time, she's already down a good bit. I like 36 cents here, down to this 618. That makes sense. Yeah, just under the 200 right now. I bet you she's got one more little push down here toward the 36 cent region. And then I wouldn't hate taking a chance on this one because she's down big from the high. That's down 58% already from the high. That's not a bad rebate at all. It's a great rebate. That's a great rebate. I don't think there's a minimum, but you do have to KYC. Not sure on the, I don't think there's a minimum on the public part. If you want to get in early by buying the other token that they use, the paid token, this one, you have to buy 75,000 tokens, which is $7,500 worth. but I didn't do this either, so I don't want any special treatment. If you hold this much of this coin, then you get in for a cheaper price also, right? But I don't hold any of it, so. But I think I might. I like to look at the chart for what it's worth. If this comes back to like 6 cents, I've said that a lot, 6 cents. If it comes back down here to around 6 at the 382 fib, I think that may be worth a bite on paid, which is on a DEX. But Emoja does happen here shortly. It's a couple days. I've got 1,700 in stables. It has to be USDC on Arbitrum Network. I've got $700 in stables. I've got more than that, but I was thinking of putting 1,000 on Sui. And if I do that, that leaves me $700. $700 can go into something else, right? Coinos looks bad right now. Big down. She's getting butchered. It's got a double bottom forming here, and the RSI is in the gutter. But it's, again, kind of an underperformer, so I would be careful here. The way it's running flat against the bottom like this, a little bit worrisome. Kind of reminds me of EOS from last bull run, and it didn't do shit when it really mattered. You know what I mean? When it really came down to it. Last one, we'll do it for Artie. PICA. Picasso Network. All right, kind of getting hammered here. But the fibs are about to run out in June or July, one of the two. She's already at the 618. I don't know, man. Not quite oversold. I'm a little lay on this one. I don't know. I don't think I'd bite just yet on this one. I don't like this one as much. This one's got a little bit more ugly to it than the other one. So I would kind of shy away. Anyway, that's a fast 30 minutes, wasn't it? Damn. So what did we learn? Sui looks like it's oversold, and from here to the next little bit may have a chance to buy. I'm kind of holding pat on stuff. I'm not running away. I'm looking to find positions to get in. I'm not looking to find positions to run away. If I had extra money, I'll be putting it into the system. I just don't have extra money. So thank you all. I'll have this posted up here shortly. Live stream on Thursday like normal. Zoom afterwards like normal. If you guys aren't hanging out for the Zooms, you're missing out, because that's the most fun part of the entire Discord, is coming to Zooms after the live streams. I know it's late, but folks, you have a chance to make life-changing money in the next year and a half. If that requires you to stay up late every once in a while, hate to break it to you, but you're going to have to. So we'll probably do more Zooms at different times. It's hard to get everyone together. It's hard to get people to be able to talk during the workday. Plus, I have a family. And after this, after the times of normal times, like 6:30 in the afternoon, I like to hang out with the kids and the wife. It's good to turn this off for a couple hours, and refresh yourself. I try to do that for myself too, so it's not all bang, 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 charts, right? So y'all be good. I'll have this posted up in the weekly live stream, or in the weekly roundup, or the live stream section for everyone to see after this. It'll be on YouTube, so you can go back and watch it. Thank y'all. Be good. Peace.